They called themselves Spartans, the perfect warriors. But beneath their sandals, buried in silence and blood, were the Helots. Slaves in all but name. They were the invisible hands that fed Sparta, tilled its lands, bore its burdens. And when they rose, they nearly shattered the myth of Spartan invincibility. For centuries, the Helots outnumbered Spartans by as many as 7-1. But Sparta, ever fearful, ruled with fear. Each year, Spartan youth were sent on the Krypteia, a state-sanctioned killing spree to hunt and assassinate any Helot deemed too bold, too proud, or too strong. But fear cannot silence suffering forever. Around 464 BC, the earth beneath Sparta shook violently. An earthquake leveled homes, temples, and barracks. And in the chaos, the Helots saw a crack in their chains. They rose. In Messenia, thousands of Helots seized weapons, fortified Mount Ithome, and defied the gods of war themselves. Spartan warriors marched on them, elite hoplites armored head to toe. But the rebels knew the terrain. They were farmers and hunters, hardened by toil, driven by rage. And among them stood one figure the records barely whisper of. A man named Karagos. Karagos was no ordinary Helot. A former servant in a noble household, he'd once shared secret glances with the daughter of a Spartan commander, a woman named Thalia. Her beauty was whispered about across Laconia, but her heart beat for justice and her love for Karagos. When the revolt broke out, legend says she vanished from Sparta. Some claim she joined him. From the shadows of the mountain, rebel scouts moved like ghosts. Spartan reinforcements were ambushed, supply lines burned. Karagos knew their tactics. He had once polished their weapons and armors, now he cracked it open with stolen spears. Thalia, it is said, nursed wounded fighters after the battles. Some called her the Angel of Ithome. Others swore they saw her ride with the rebels, white cloak flowing behind her like Athena reborn. But Sparta would not bend. They called upon allies, Corinth, Athens, even their rivals. For 10 long years, the Helots held Mount Ithome. 10 years of blood, fire, and defiance. Eventually, terms were offered. The Helots, or what remained, were allowed to leave, free men under bitter skies. Karagos? Some say he fell in the final siege, never found. Others whisper that he and Thalia escaped in disguise, sailing to freedom and vanishing from history. Her golden pin, carved with the symbol of a broken chain, was later found on the slopes of Ithome. And so, the Helot Revolt faded into dust, not written by victors, not taught in schools. But beneath the ruins of Sparta, the stones still remember. And if you listen close, you'll hear the whispers of slaves who dared to rise. Knowledge is power. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. Like if you learned something, subscribe to see new content and share to support the channel.